Hello and welcome back to Beacon Pines. My name is Ussur. Taika is taking us through on a different one. I don't know exactly what we're doing. Figure out which one you want to take and let's do it. Refuse.
Luca had no choice but to refuse Iggy's request. He tightened his grip and reached for the walkie-talkie in his pocket. A wild delight crept onto Mr. Kerr's face. That's a good lad. Now, radio for help. Iggy begged Luca with his eyes one last time, but Luca pressed the button and called out. We need help. Mr. Kerr is in danger. It wasn't long before they were once again surrounded by clipboards. Mr. Kerr sighed with relieved frustration. There you are. You really are a worthless lot, aren't you? Mirror, now. A clipboard dutifully produced an ornate ivory hand mirror, and Mr. Kerr began preening his tousled hair. Ah, that's better. Mr. Van Horn, I applaud your sharp thinking under duress. I'll put in a good word for you with the founder. Take them away. A swarm of hands overpowered Luca. The last thing he saw before a cloth bag was pulled over his head was the defeated look on Iggy's face. The end.
Well, that didn't go well.
I think this was one of those times where doing the right thing was the wrong thing. They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation.
Not quite the right one, but hey, let's see.
Brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times. Rollo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram Tolliver. Without even looking at his captive, he began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, Mr. Tolliver.
Mr. Tolliver remained motionless.
I mean,
Rollo
it
spun
looks
around
like
to
he's
face him.
not motionless.
He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice.
Mr. Tolliver?
Beck and Luca gave each other an unsure glance. Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
I said, Mr. Tolliver!
He grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face. Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in the world?
The chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Who? Who's there?
Mr. Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
I'll be asking the questions here, punk. Now hold on, let's just calm down. Oh, I am calm. Calm as a carrot in dirt. What? As for you, looks like you're sweat.
The doubtful expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
We can do this my way, or... well, let's just say I've never needed another way.
Rollo, hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall. He slammed the table again.
Now dance! What? I don't even...
Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
You tied me down. How on earth could I dance? Dance with your mouth, punk. Spill the beans. What are you doing poking around this house? I'm here to help Juniper. Make sure everything's ready. So you're in cahoots with Gran? Gran?
Mr. Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
Gonna help her blow up the festival, eh? Blow up the festival? Good
He
lord.
shook his head, feeling more and more dizzy.
Oh, you've got it all wrong. Where is she now? She's headed to the source. Source? What's the source? It's where
His voice faded to a whisper.
the town began. Where it all began. What is Operation Sparkplug?
With that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold. Rollo swung around with a repentant grimace.
Damn, Rollo. I think you went a little too hard on him. What did he say about the source? It's where the town began? We need more information.
Tie him down with zip ties.
Hold on, I didn't get to read that. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about the History Museum? Just got set up for the festival.
We don't got time for that, Rollo.
That tent was put up by the Valentines. Everything they do is just a bunch of fluff to glorify themselves. Is there anything more reliable? I don't know. The library?
Well, duh.
If there's any information about this source thing, Addo can help us find it. Let's go get some answers.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go. This is a dang nice library. Thanks, we work hard on it. Aren't you a little too adorable to be a librarian? Ooh, adorable. Oh, Otto hung out here so much, eventually they gave him a set of keys. I just keep an eye on the place for Miss Novak sometimes. I got you working for free? It's quiet and I get access to all the books I can read. What more could a person want? Fair enough. What can I do for you all? We need a favor. I already told you and Rollo. I can't put you any higher on the wait list for the next Hank Atomic. If you're here with more candy, I'll have you know I can't be bought. Call it a personal code of conscience. Actually, we're looking to do some research. Now you're speaking my language. What are you looking for? The same thing, we sort of don't know. That's the thing, okay. What do you got on the history of the town? There's the Country Record Archives. County Record Archives. What's in those? Births, deaths, newspaper clippings, stuff like that. Pretty boring reading. But they do go all the way back to when the town was founded.
Yes.
Great, we'll start there.
Chapter 8. 6 feet under, 3 towns over. The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance. Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
I have to read any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop. We have to keep digging. If I dig another word, I'm gonna end up in one of those asinine death records. Rollo Cotter lived a full and wonderful life. Till he read so much boring crud that his brain oozed out of his ears.
Rollo shut his book with an assertive nod.
You've got a better idea, spit it out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your luck, pal. And it won't be the boring county records that kill you. I'll put you in the obituaries myself.
Rollo muttered under his breath.
You're a county record. Really? That's the best you've got? I'm done with you, you'll be the footnote in history. Just like...
Slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
J. Hartford here. I'd love to see you try. Hey. We're all a little tired here. Let's just take a minute and...
Something tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Wasn't Gran's last name Hartford?
I think so. Wait, what was that name, Beck? A bit. J. Hartford. From the Brookville Tribune 8 years ago. That can't be right. What is it? J. Hartford. That's my Gran's name, Juniper Hartford. Maybe there were 2 J. Hartfords? Mrs. Hartford is survived by her young daughter, E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. Your Gran's 6 feet under, 3 towns over. And who am I living with?
The question hung in the air.
See, I told you she was evil.
She's not evil!
Alright, I gotta close up for the night.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
How late is it? Almost 10. Oh crap, Pa's gonna kill me.
Just
I gotta
say
go.
you were reading.
Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Let's meet up as early as we can at the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement?
I don't know.
I'll think of something.
You're not gonna.
Luca's heart was pounding as he approached the house. If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business. Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering.
Well, if she's not home... Oh boy, she's home.
He held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely. She was asleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off.
Yeah. I was gonna say, Mr. Tolliver didn't see us while Rolo was interrogating him, so we could just go down there and go, wow, are you okay? Uh-oh. Bum, bum, bum.
Mr.
Oh, no.
Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
Maybe he woke up, escaped from his bindings, and left without a trace.
Or
Not
maybe
likely.
Gran knew everything.
What do I do?
Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
That happens sometimes. Okay, I can figure this out. Just need a little brain food.
Luca rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
Really? I'm afraid your jam delivery will be delayed.
He flipped the lid to read the label.
Mr. Nuncreed? Okay, now I can think. If Gran knows we tied up Mr. Tolliver, I'm screwed. She doesn't know that I need to play it cool. Guess the only option is to go to bed and act as if nothing is wrong. Gran will think Mr. Tolliver finished what he was sent to do and left when he was done. As she catches you coming out.
Oh, she's Gran. She dead asleep.
Bum, bum, bum! Gran? Okay, stick to the plan. Go to bed and play it cool.
As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened. His stride began to falter.
What was in that
He tried to
jam?
go for the railing to steady himself. Something was wrong.
Come on, legs. Just a few more steps.
Luca groaned and tried to move. His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground. Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
The germ? Uh-oh. Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into?
See? She's not evil.
Rest now and let me handle everything.
See? She's not evil.
That doesn't mean she's not evil. I don't think she
See?
plans on blowing up the festival. I think she's planning on blowing up the source.
She's not evil.
Chapter 9.
Put the little guy to bed.
A speech to end all speeches.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Luca awoke to find himself face down in bed.
I've played this. I know what's going to
moaned
happen.
into his
You
pillow.
don't.
I know.
Why would Gran drug him?
But
Or
she
rather,
drug him!
Why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed?
She's trying to
Oh, yeah,
drug people up.
No. Is that... Remember what Mr. Nuncreed said the first time we ran into him? That he made a special pact with Gran and blah blah blah, something about a dance.
Yeah, I know. But she literally put drugs in that
Shaking
jam.
questions
Exactly.
From his woozy head, Luca snapped back to the matter at hand.
The festival!
Ow! A boingy, a boingy, a boingy.
Where have you been? I Gran put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret messages for conspirators. Not this one. This one intended for Mr. Nuncreed. Put me asleep. Oh. Sly devil. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? Looked around but haven't seen anything odd. Your Gran is nowhere to be found. Mr. Nuncreed is just loafing around waiting for the speech. What speech? Mayor Gus just got up to the podium. Everyone is gathering at the stage. Let's get moving. Okay.
Augustus Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
Ahem. Is this thing... Hello, Beacon Pines. I'm Augustus Valentine, your mayor, and... Suppose you already know that. Oh yes, before we get started, just wanted to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be where it is today without my father, Sharper Valentine, so I thought we could begin with a round of applause befitting such a great man. And that's more than the old codger deserved.
Gus cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Right, where was I?
William Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
Gus Valentine, everyone!
He gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Let's hear it for our mayor. What a great turnout. Ah, heck, I didn't prepare anything. But I suppose I could say a few words. Be a shame to waste such a beautiful podium.
Mr. Kerr pulled a thick stack of note cards out from his vest.
Community, conviction, commitment. These are the things we celebrate at Perennial Harvest. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to a better tomorrow. I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing.
And it's not gonna happen with you
inexorable,
around.
unavoidable, and undeniable.
And it's not gonna happen with you around.
And I am dadgum thankful for it. Change is the reason we're all together today. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago when fate brought me here. Simple business trip which brought me to a small town which would forever change my life.
Mr. Kerr took a moment to survey the crowd.
You know what?
He wiped away a single tear.
From the second I set foot in Beacon Pines, something about this place has held me captive. See, change represents opportunity. Represents potential. It was change that helped me recognize the potential of this place. See that the people of this town, despite suffering great loss, still held on to the things that made them special.
He thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
Unity, conviction, commitment, change.
Mr. Kerr nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Fate made a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to you all than community. Perennial Harvest is a community first and foremost.
Nah, life's more important than community.
Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only way you made it through the foul harvest was an unshakable conviction. A conviction that a better tomorrow was just over the horizon. Perennial Harvest was founded on the conviction that we are that horizon. This festival is a symbol of our commitment to each other.
His voice began to build to a crescendo.
Now walk hand in hand into a future we will shape together, and that is what change is all about. Grabbing the future by the scruff of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I'm tickled pink that we all will be making that choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish. Boom! What was that?
The crowd began to look around nervously.
Don't worry, Little Thunder isn't going to ruin this day. Everyone remain calm.
Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Through all of my travels, I've learned one true thing. One always reaps what they sow. We've all planted a lot of good in this town. So it is with a happy heart that I can proclaim...
He raised his hands up to the heavens.
Our harvest awaits. And we're all dead.
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the
page
cloud,
75.
instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched.
Yeah.
For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end. On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time. The end. There's that ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything! Maybe we should just quit? Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again! No, I don't mean that. We got a little closer this time. We just need to try again. Please.
Alright. So this time we'll try Sly.
They run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation.
Dang it!
What are you doing?
Rollo brandished us. I've got them. Rollo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Highland Oliver.
That's crazy.
They'd run the classic good cop, sly cop interrogation.
Alright.
Luca and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task. With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
What? What's going on here? You're that Modewheel girl. Please, call me Beck. Sorry about all this.
Mr. Tolliver looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
Seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper sent you here?
Beck caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was gonna be easy.
You know how Juniper is with her precautions. Operation Sparkplug has us all on edge. I guess she thought you needed some backup. But she sent a child? What better way to avoid prying eyes? Suppose that makes sense.
Mr. Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand. You never know who to trust in this town.
Mr. Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Very true. It turns out we're both here too.
Beck twirled her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
Destroy the evidence.
Beck shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep, the old gal is nothing if not thorough.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
She sure is. Can't blame her, though. If anyone here will find out that we're going to destroy the source, well, we both know how bad that might be. No one will know anything once I finish cleaning things up down here.
Beck was on a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
Sure you can finish this up on your own? Juniper trusted me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good, there's one more loose end I'll go work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing, really. The other day I had the radio on scan while restocking the candy shelf. And wouldn't you know it, I intercepted an odd phrase in a perennial harvest transmission. Underground secrets. That's ominous. I think it might be a password, but Juniper dismissed it. Said it wasn't mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. We have a password and nowhere to put it. It's gotta mean something, right? Good thinking. You should probably go work that out. I've got this under control. That's a relief. Between you and me, this basement gives me the willies.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
You guys catch that? Sure did. This whole time Mr. Tolliver had a candy shelf. But all he ever sells us is apples.
Beck blinked slowly in disappointment.
Password, Rollo. Well, sure, but once things are back to normal, I'll be having a word with Mr. Tolliver about that candy shelf. Fine. In the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he heard a password on the radio. Any good spy transmission is never what it seems.
Beck marked each scrap of paper and leaned back.
We just need to find the hidden meaning. Okay. What's another word for underground? Buried, covered. Could it be a cover-up? Maybe it's one of those each letters and number thingies. So you would be 21. N would be 14. You would be... Ooh! It's an anagram. Nuncreed's drugstore.
Luca and Beck looked at Rollo with amazement.
Rollo, that was incredible. Well, it's either that or Kren's nude rug store. Yeah, I think you were right the first time. How'd you do that? What can I say? I love ciphers. Well, I guess we know where to go next. Investigate Uncreed's drugstore. Uh-oh. I don't think you're sneaking by her. Oh, I was wrong. I guess you rolled a natural 20 on your stealth check.
I always roll natural.
You're late, Augustus. Sorry, sister. Was caught up with work. Work? You? I had a few more details to lock down for the festival. Okay, what do you have to report? What is this insipid town festival really about? I think
Gus looked around nervously.
Mr. Kerr really does just want to do something good for the town. He's actually a pretty nice guy. You should spend some time with him.
You stupid or something?
I didn't pull strings installing you as mayor so that you could make friends. Your job is to help me figure out what Kerr and Perennial Harvest's true intentions are with this town. We have a responsibility. This is our father's town. Was. Excuse me? This was our father's town. He's gone, Eris, and he isn't coming back. Father left us with nothing but problems. Mr. Kerr came here and offered to help us. We accepted that help. We didn't agree to them turning Father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. That's just a temporary arrangement. The glow can be seen from our damn backyard. They're dumping their nasty little secrets on us. When all this inevitably goes wrong, who do you think will be blamed?
Eris's cry hung in the air.
We'd have a new choice to make now, sister. Town is going to change whether we like it or not. Are we going to choose to be a part of that future, or be forgotten in the past? A shame. Father named you Augustus, but you always just be Gus. Good night, Eris. See you at breakfast tomorrow. No, you won't. You'll be frozen.
Unless we stop.
It's getting late, children. You aren't my mom. You can't tell me what to do.
Solomon stood proudly at the entrance to the drugstore, holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
Hey, Solomon. Looking for Mr. Duncreed. Is he still in there? I'm afraid not. Then where'd you get the candy from? Might say we have an arrangement.
Solomon shoveled a surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
Sometimes it's the small pleasures in life. Though we might not always have family to rely on, licorice has never let me down. Well, I can't say licorice would be my first choice. Whatever floats your boat. You can tell a lot about a person by their choice of confection. Yeah, I guess. I like sour gobs. I'm certain you do. Always wondered why Mr. Nuncreed kept licorice in stock. He must eat enough of it to make it worthwhile. There are many ways to earn loyalty. For some, it's as easy as cold hard cash. That's interesting. Oh, he's right, it's locked.
What? Break
There's gotta be more clues.
Break in through the window.
Okay, let's see.
The light's on.
Have you ever seen anyone actually use this thing? It's a relic from days long gone. Besides Mr. Nuncreed, no.
Beck cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
That is not a normal phone booth. It's got like a blinky keypad. Why would there be a blinky keypad? Friends new drugstore. I mean, underground secrets. Password.
Beck flung open the door and they all squeezed in.
Alright, let's see here.
Luca cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Underground secrets. Sounded like that did something. Great, now what? I guess we...
The inside of the phone booth dropped loose from its shell. Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate. Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing. It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground. The air was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
Uh-oh. I knew it! You knew there was a secret hub full of strange tubes under the phone booth? Of course I did. Didn't I say that? No. I definitely thought it. Luca, do you remember what I said? It would... Slow down. How cool it would be if the trans-dimensional conduits from Hank Atomic Issue 12 were real? Rolo, at one point or another, you've said that about every technology ever discussed in Hank Atomic. That's why I'm such a good predictor. Looks like each one of these has something written on them. Perennial Harvest main office. That's where my mom works. What does she do? Science stuff. Is she involved in all of this? We just moved here. How could she be involved? True. Valentine Fertilizer Warehouse. Isn't that where you almost got snatched? Yeah. Why would Perennial Harvest have a tube going to the old Valentine place? This is starting to feel like something big. What's the third one say? Mining Operations Alpha. You guys have mines here? Not that I know of. This town is all farms and fertilizer. And a series of tubes. Always says you can only trust a miner up to the point when they hit gold. Not sure how that wisdom applies in this exact situation. The thing about Pa, you don't always realize what he means until it's too late. So, where are we going?
Isn't that the person that broke face?
This suit has a broken mask. So, have we found our mysterious warehouse creeper? We have at least found their hazmat suit. If it walks like an Uncreed and talks like an Uncreed, let's not jump to conclusions. Just saying.
Ooh, what is that?
That's a lot of buttons.
Start pressing them and overload the system.
Stand aside, Earthlings. I've read enough Hank Atomic to know my way around sci-fi tech.
Rolo's hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
Eeny, meeny, miny. Ruler, what'd you do? Nothing! move yet. What was that? Hide! Where? There's nothing but weird tubes down here. Just get back. Uh-oh. Shit. 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 Awesome! You all need to come with me now. We aren't going anywhere with you. Not until we get some answers. Mr. Underground Secrets. Told them it was an absurd password. They love anything that makes them feel clever. They who? That's no matter. If I can keep you hidden until after the festival, I might be able to save your skins. I don't care about our skins. Hold down now, I like my skin. This all stops now, Uncreed.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him. Who? Walt. You don't get to talk about my dad. No, your father and I were friends back before.
He gestured toward the strange tubes.
All of this. That's a lie. It's true, I used to bounce you on my knee. What happened? Same thing that always happens. Reality, complications, life. We were a team, Walt and I. An idealistic doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist. Both hell-bent on helping folks. So you were his sidekick? Nope. We were partners. He helped the patients and I helped him. Yep, total sidekick.
Uncreed let out a growling sigh.
Luca, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Sharper Valentine comes to us. Says he's got an opportunity. He found something he didn't quite understand. And he was willing to pay us both handsomely to help him understand it. And my dad said no. Father and I both believed in helping people. The thing I could never get him to understand was a lot easier to help others if you help yourself now and then. Classic sidekick into villain plotline. Walt loved being righteous, almost more than he loved his family. He was wrong about one thing, though. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer, he said, Joseph, if a person says yes one time to Sharper Valentine, he'll make sure they keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone.
He shook his head wistfully.
Sharper's long gone, but he's still got me saying yes. Is there a point to this sob story? Not really, no. Just an old man trying to delay what needs doing.
Uncreed took a menacing step towards the children.
I tried to keep you safe. Tried to keep you and Juniper out of this.
I have a knife.
But you forced my hand.
Luca began to laugh.
What? You really don't know. My Gran isn't out of this. She's been scheming right under your nose. Juniper? Seems like she's planning on crashing the town's party. She's going to disrupt the festival? Why would she?
The color drained from Uncreed's face.
How does she know? Apparently she knows a lot of things. What? Let's just say this isn't the only underground lair we've busted into today. And honestly, hers is way cooler. She's got maps and explosives and bad intentions, big man.
Uncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders. His eyes were frantic.
You need to tell me what she's going to do right now.
No.
She doesn't understand what it is she's messing with. Tell me now, she's in danger, boy. I don't know. He had a map with a mark on the fountain in town square. Fountain, but why would...
realization struck Mr. Uncreed.
She knows about the source? What the heck is the source? She tries to destroy the source it could catalyze and... God, she's going to freeze us all. Everybody jump in! You all need to run. Run where? Away. As far away from this town as you can get. Head west and don't look back. That did not go how I expected. So, we're totally following him, right? Yeah. Totally. See you on the other side.
Boingy. Uh-oh, it's blinking.
You good? Yep.
It's blinking.
I love this town.
Chapter 8. The Cold, Hard Truth. Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera, as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carom her gracefully along. She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed in an instant, light blazed into view. A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
So that's what that was.
Oh boy.
Okay, that's where we're gonna stop this one.
Yep.
It is very interesting. I can't wait till we get this unraveled. This is cool. What do you think? Do you think we got a few more episodes of this? Yeah? Awesome.
We got a lot more.
Cool. Well,
I haven't even finished it myself.
oh, wow. Well, that will be all for this one. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you can see when we post new things. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Catch y'all the next one.
Bye.
Bye!